Okie dokie. So, as we said, the discipline you've got to have is to make sure that golf ball is centering your chest. Okay? If it gets forward, you're hitting the golf ball on the way up, which could potentially result in a thin shot, unless the ball's in this fluffy grass back end. It's like a mushroom. So as we said, when you get to a golf ball, when you're playing a pitch or a chip or whatever shot you want to, I call them short shots because that's what they kind of are. Analyse the situation you've got. What's the lie? Is it sat up? Is it sat down? Is it a good lie? Is it a bad lie?
So it's if it's fluffy.
If it's a fluffy sat up in the if it's sat up on a nice bit of high grass, like a tee peg.
Yes.
Think what you do with the ball position on a driver when the ball's on a tee peg. You put it forward, yeah.
Okay.
So sat up high. You want to hit the ball on the way up later, otherwise you'll go under it. Okay.
Right.
If it's in a shocking lie, you want to put it back a little bit, and we're talking a ball or two different. We're not saying move it back over here somewhere because there's miles too far back. Okay, but too much shaft in. Okay.
So front foot when it's
sat fluffy and high, and this is why when you've had the ball position in the past too far forward, you've preferred playing at the rough with the ball sat up.
Yeah.
You can play a reasonable shot. Okay. Now, you knew that hinging of the wrist, or the flicking of the wrist as people call it, was a problem. That was a symptom. The problem was these were stopping. As you go back, okay, there's your hinge on the way back. That's a good position there now. You've got a nice 90-degree angle there, a good L-shaped position there now. You're staying over the golf ball. As you come back to the golf ball, the club returns back. Left arm and the club now all kind of in sort of a straight line. And as long as your arms keep going, you can flick it all you like. It doesn't matter. Okay? You come to here now and see the hands there. There's your L position after the golf ball. Absolutely fine. So you can flick your wrist through. If the arm had stopped here and the club had whisked up here, that would have been a shooting across the ground like a blooming rocket. So as long as the arms keep moving,
got it.
The flick isn't so much of an issue. Okay. The problem is, as we said, the flick was a symptom of a body stopping. The way you then tried to stop flicking was to tighten up your grip, which then put tension in your arms at setup, which means then your arms couldn't move properly. So if the arms can't move properly, the flick becomes all a problem. So the way you try to stop doing what you didn't want to do actually caused it to get worse. Okay, and then when you hit the ball too far, not too hard, it went low across the green like a rocket. You went, oh, I hit that one too hard. I hit the next one softer. And what you would often do then, have the same length backswing. So you'd store the same power and go, okay, I hit it softer now. So then you would tense your arms up again to try and slow the club down, sit the club in the ground here somewhere, ball would sort of go here and the ball just dribbles forward 2 or 3 feet. And you go, oh, all right? So the focus for you is, okay, your light bulb moments when you either thin a golf ball low or at the ground behind the ball. The ball has probably either gone too far forward and or your arms are getting too tense and too tight. You're locking up. Just think how your arms swing when you walk, okay, or when you throw a ball. The movement in your rotator cuffs up here in the shoulders are loose and soft, and you just swing your arm back and forth. And like I said, to swing the club shorter or to swing the club longer is the same way if I say to someone when you're walking, just swing your arms more or less. You can control that, can't you? If I said, oh, swing your arms more, then you just swing it more. We've got that ability to judge by how far our arms go back. The problem is if you're locked tight and tense, to swing your arms further back, then your shoulders start moving and all of the body parts start coming into it. Okay? So first and foremost, get that ball in the right spot. Get in the centre, okay? Don't fear the flick, okay? If the arms keep moving, you can flick it all you like, okay? Because you're still going to return back to a position of impact. The club now hasn't overtaken the body, you see? So the club here now is all kind of in a straight line, and the club slipped underneath that golf ball lovely. The club carries on, the club now is going through it. That shows you accelerating the club because the club's overtaken the ball.
I haven't thought of that before.
So look, there you go. The club now has won that. The club now has won that race. If we think of a line here, that club's won the race. I think you maybe at the end of the screen, maybe not quite. There you go. But that's where the double hit will come from. If you stop at the ball then only does that, and the club sort of hears something and goes dink, and it's it again. But that's fine. Okay, so keep those arms moving. Okay. Regards to putting, okay, you said 2 golf balls side by side. Putter in the middle there now, and just practice swinging through that gate. If that gap becomes too big, move it closer. Until you get to a point where this is really quite close. Don't go so close you can't get through because then you get demoralised, okay? Just make sure you strike. Because if you strike the ball at the middle, as we said, a 50%, a 2-inch miss hit, which is a lot to be fair, that's a whole ball miss hit, is 50% difference in distance. So therefore a 1 inch is around the 20-25% mark. Half an inch would be about 10 or 15% mark, okay? So if a 25-foot putt If you're 10, 15% out because of the contact, you're 3 or 4 foot short. A missable distance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you hit the next one harder. Oops, sorry. Good strike. You're now 6 foot past.
Okay.
And that's when your distance was all over the place. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Perfect.